Welcome to the Auta Hub. Today, we take you deep into the heart of German performance where beauty, muscle, and engineering perfection collide to create something truly breathtaking. This is not just a car. It's a symbol of raw dominance, refined luxury, and emotion sculpted in metal. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the 2026 Mercedes-AMG GT. The story of this machine begins long before its shape ever touched the wind tunnel. It was born from the same spirit that built the legendary SLS-AMG, and before that, the roaring soul of the SL series. Cars that never asked for permission to impress. They just did. But with the new AMG GT, Mercedes wanted something more. A car that could rival the best grand tourers on Earth while still carrying the pure adrenaline of a race-bred machine. And so, deep within AMG's headquarters in Falterbach, Germany, the project began. Not with sketches or numbers, but with a question. What does the future of performance feel like? That question became the foundation of everything the new AMG GT would stand for. And when the covers finally came off, the world didn't just see a new car, it saw a statement of intent. At first glance, the 2026 AMG GT doesn't shout for attention, it commands it. The long, sculpted hood stretches endlessly forward, crowned by the new Panamericana grille that sits like a crown jewel, bold and proud. Slim, laser-sharp digital light headlamps stare back with confidence, and every contour of its body seems to dance with reflections. Designed not just for beauty, but for air to glide across with zero resistance. The proportions are classic GT, long front, short rear, wide stance, yet somehow, this feels more athletic, more muscular, more ready. It's lower, broader, and meaner than before. The sleek fastback roofline melts into the wide rear shoulders, where a subtle retractable spoiler lies in wait, ready to rise when the car senses speed's calling. The rear end is pure AMG theater, quad exhaust tips, a bold diffuser, and tail lights that stretch like blades of red lightning. And when you step closer, you start noticing details here, the carbon fiber inserts, the precision-cut air intakes, the flush door handles that greet you silently. The car doesn't just look expensive. It feels like it's from another planet, designed by people who dream in horsepower. Open the door and the world outside instantly fades away. Inside, the 2026 AMG GT is a masterpiece of driver-focused luxury. The cabin wraps around you like a cockpit, every line and button angled toward perfection. The AMG performance seats hug you tightly, part luxury throne, part racing harness, one trimmed in the finest Napa leather with AMG logo subtly embossed into the headrests. In front of you, a massive 12.3-inch digital instrument cluster displays an array of dynamic graphics, shifting seamlessly between modes: comfort, sport, sport plus, and race. Each theme changes the entire cabin's personality, from calm sophistication to pure track-ready aggression. The 11.9-inch center touchscreen, angled slightly toward the driver, floats elegantly on the dash, powered by the latest MBUX system that responds to your every voice, touch, or gesture. The ambient lighting glows softly through the cabin, painting it in shades of emotion, from cool blue serenity to hot red adrenaline. The steering wheel, with its dual AMG drive mode dials, feels like an extension of your hands. You don't just drive this car, you command it. But what truly defines an AMG isn't what you see, it's what you feel when you ignite it. Press that start button, and the twin-turbocharged 4.0-liter V8 engine roars to life. It's a symphony of fury and precision, every cylinder perfectly synchronized to deliver a sound that can make your heart race before the car even moves. This handcrafted V8, built under AMG's one-man, one-engine philosophy, delivers staggering power. In the GT55 variant, you get 469 horsepower, but step up to the GT63, and it unleashes a mind-bending 577 horsepower. The torque is brutal, 800 Nm that hits instantly, sending this car from 0 to 100 km/h in just 3.2 seconds. And with a top speed of over 315 km/h, this is not just a grand tourer. It's a missile wrapped in luxury. But numbers only tell half the story. What truly defines the AMG GT is the way it makes you feel when you're behind the wheel. The all-new 4MATIC Plus all-wheel drive system gives you both control and freedom. It's smart enough to deliver grip when you need it, and send power to the rear wheels when you crave that pure, drifting AMG sensation. The transmission, a 9-speed AMG SpeedShift MCT, delivers gear changes faster than a blink. Sharp, crisp and perfectly tuned to your driving mood. And when you flick the paddle shifters, the downshifts come with a satisfying burble from the exhaust, a reminder that this machine loves to play. On the open road, the AMG GT feels planted, poised, and endlessly confident. The adaptive suspension reads the road ahead, adjusting damping and stiffness in milliseconds. Whether you're gliding on a highway or carving through mountain bends, the car feels alive and not just reacting, but predicting your every move. And then there's the new AMG Active Ride Control system, a technology marvel that replaces traditional anti-roll bars with electronically controlled hydraulic elements. This means the car can stay flat even under extreme cornering, yet still provide supreme comfort when cruising. It's the perfect balance between aggression and elegance. Every part of the AMG GT has been crafted to make driving an experience, not a routine. The steering feels telepathic, sharp, precise, and perfectly weighted. The brakes, massive AMG carbon ceramic units, bite hard and clean, bringing this beast to a stop with unshakable confidence. And that sound, is pure magic. The exhaust system crackles and pops like thunder in the mountains, changing its voice depending on your mode. From a deep purr in comfort to a savage roar in race, the AMG GT speaks the universal language of performance. But what sets the 2026 AMG GT apart is not just its power, it's its soul. This isn't a car that tries to be perfect in the cold mathematical sense. It's a car that dares to be emotional, to make you feel every time you take the wheel. It reminds you that driving is not just transportation, it's passion, art, and escape. The interior technology complements this feeling with precision. The MBUX system recognizes natural speech commands and you say, "Hey Mercedes, I'm cold," and the temperature rises. The augmented reality navigation overlays directions onto the live road view, making every journey intuitive. And the Burmester 3D surround sound system wraps you in a concert of clarity, turning every drive into a performance of its own. Yet for all its high-tech brilliance, the AMG GT still feels analog where it matters most. There's feedback, texture, and response, a connection that makes the car feel alive in your hands. It doesn't isolate you from the experience. It immerses you in it. Step outside again, and you realize the AMG GT is more than just a machine. It's an event. Wherever it goes, people stop and stare. It's not loud for attention. It's confident because it knows what it is. The low growl of the V8, the shimmer of the paint under the sun, the muscular stance on 21-inch forged wheels. Everything about it says one thing: performance perfected. And when night falls, the car transforms again. The headlights cast a crisp beam with Mercedes' digital light technology, projecting over 1 million micro mirrors that adapt to every shadow, curve, and obstacle. The taillights glow like molten lava, leaving a signature that lingers in your memory long after the car has disappeared down the road. But perhaps the most fascinating part of the 2026 AMG GT is how versatile it has become. Yes, it's ferocious on the track, but it's also gentle enough for long journeys. Switch to comfort mode and the suspension softens. The exhaust quiets and suddenly, it becomes a luxurious grand tour ready to cross continents. Inside, the dual-zone climate control, massaging seats and smart ambient lighting, turn long drives into peaceful escapes. The trunk is surprisingly usable, too, a reminder that even a supercar can be practical if engineered by Mercedes-Benz. Yet at the heart of all this luxury and sophistication lies one simple truth. The 2026 AMG GT is built for those who love to drive. It doesn't need validation. It doesn't need trends. It exists purely for the joy of motion, the thrill of control, and the art of performance. Every AMG GT is hand-built, every engine signed by its craftsman. That signature isn't just tradition, it's a promise that this machine was created not by a factory but by passion. And as you drive it, you start to realize something powerful. This isn't just a car for the present. It's a bridge between the golden age of combustion and the electrified era ahead. AMG has already begun integrating hybrid technology into its lineup, but the GT remains one of the last pure-blooded V8 beasts, unfiltered, unapologetic, unforgettable. It's a car that celebrates the end of an era while hinting at the future, a future where performance will evolve, but the feeling will always remain. As dawn breaks and light hits the AMG badge, the 2026 GT stands proudly, a symbol of everything Mercedes has learned about speed, style, and soul From its handcrafted heart to its aerodynamic skin, from its roaring engine to its whispering luxury, every piece tells the story of a legend reborn. Because in the end, the AMG GT isn't about going from 0 to 100, it's about going from ordinary to unforgettable. It's about feeling alive again, in a world that too often forgets what that means. So when you see it on the road, when you hear that unmistakable AMG growl in the distance, know this. That's not just a car passing by. That's a dream alive and roaring. The 2026 Mercedes-AMG GT. Power, passion, perfection. As the sun sets and the road stretches endlessly ahead, the 2026 Mercedes-AMG GT glows under the fading light like liquid fire. The reflection of the sky dances across its curves. Silver, gold, and crimson, a moving sculpture born from human ambition. You hold the wheel and for a moment you forget the world outside. It's just you, the car and the road whispering beneath your tires. The engine hums like a heartbeat in sync with your own. Every gear shift feels like a breath, every acceleration a pulse of life. You're not just driving, you're feeling. You realize that machines like this aren't made simply to transport people. They're made to remind us that perfection can exist, even if just for a fleeting second when rubber meets road. As you push forward, the city lights fade behind and the stars rise ahead. You feel the power, the beauty, the story, all coming together in one breathtaking moment. And then it hits you. This car isn't chasing the future. It is the future. Because someday engines will go silent, roads will change, and technology will evolve beyond imagination. But the memory of cars like the AMG GT will live forever. A reminder that once, there were machines built not just with intelligence, but with soul. The 2026 Mercedes-AMG GT, a legend reborn, a heartbeat of power, and a promise that emotion will never die, no matter how fast the world moves on.